I'll call this meeting to order on Monday, August the 3rd, 2015. I want to welcome everyone. We were scheduled to have the Reverend Whit Martin here from Smyrna First United Methodist Church, but I understand he's out not feeling well. So I'm going to ask Corky Welch to please give our invocation and also lead us in the pledge of the flag. So everyone please rise.
Thank you, Max. Our kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day we had, Lord. We just ask that you be with us this evening as we go through this meeting. We ask your blessings upon each individual here. We ask your blessings upon this city. We ask that these decisions that are made this evening be in your honor. And we just ask that everyone here this evening has a safe trip home. Be with us as we leave this place. Help us again to make decisions that are in your name and are a blessing to you, Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Corky. Agenda changes. We have two items that will be tabled till September the 8th. Item A and item B. Item A is at 2680 Grady Street, and also item B is Bank Street, 1091, 1107, and 1121. Those were both requested by the applicant, so those will be tabled until the 8th of September. Under the mayor's report, the only thing I just wanted to mention is what a great Saturday night we had with our fireworks and birthday celebration. I think everybody had a great time. It wasn't as hot as it has been, but I think that's the biggest turnout that we've had. So we'll get on into the item 4, land issue zonings and annexation. Item A, which is going to be tabled. I'll ask that Ms. Nulowich table separately both item A and B till the September 8th meeting.
Yes, thank you. At this time, I move to table item 4A, 2015-165. This is zoning request Z15-009. It's a rezoning from R15 to RAD conditional for the development of two single-family homes, 0.35 acres, land lot 489, 2680 Grady Street. Pritchard Brothers Incorporated is the applicant. This will be tabled to Tuesday, September 8th, 2015. I will note that it's Tuesday, not Monday, because on Monday, September 7th, we will be observing Labor Day.
Motion second table till Tuesday, September the 8th. All those in favor of the motion, please vote. It's approved 7-0. Item B, Ms. Nulowich.
Yes, thank you. At this time, I move to table item 2015-166. This is zoning request Z15-008. Rezoning from R15 to RAD conditional for the development of 5 single-family homes, 1.27-acre tract, land lots 488. The address is 1091, 1107, and 1121 Bank Street. The applicant is Pritchard Brothers Incorporated. This will be tabled to Tuesday, September 8th, 2015.
Motion is second to table till September the 8th. All those in favor of the motion, please vote. That's approved 7-0. Item 5, privilege licenses. A, 2015-211, public hearing privilege license request. 2015-211, beer, wine, and liquor pouring, 2772 Cumberland Boulevard. AKSM LLC doing business as Bollywood Zing Indian Restaurant, with Shalish Mahashi as the agent here. Okay. Would you please read the background?
Yes, Salish Makijani will be the registered agent responsible for the sale of alcohol at the reference location. They have received a copy of the alcohol beverage ordinance and did attend the mandatory alcohol awareness workshop.
This is a public hearing. Is anyone here that's in opposition to or that would like to make any public comment concerning the issuance of this privilege license? Let the record show there is none. If the applicant's here, will you please step forward? This is in Miss Melanie Pritchard's district. Right here, no, right there.
Right there at the microphone. Good evening.
Good evening.
It's nice to know that you're opening your business
Thank
in
you.
Smyrna, and welcome.
Is the mic on?
Sorry.
Yeah, we located on 2772 Cumberland Boulevard, Smyrna, Georgia, and we basically have an Indian restaurant that we'll be operating from there. Our focus will be North Indian food.
Okay, so this is located in the H.H. Gregg shopping area?
Yes, ma'am.
Right down from there?
Yep.
Okay.
Right next to this is it.
I understand you also have food truck,
Yes.
and you've been,
We've been operating the food truck for about 2.5 years.
okay.
So that was just a startup, and so we got a good response from the community. So we decided to take that opportunity in brick and mortar.
Okay. And you've been through the classes.
Yep.
You know what you can and can't do.
Yes.
You probably had that same class when you did food trucks too, I'm sure. You're familiar with what we do with stings of serving underage?
Yes. Serving under, like, people come undercover basically.
Okay. So do you have something in place so
Yeah,
that
we
your
have
servers
a-
would be able to check
Yeah,
it without
check all
guessing?
IDs. Basically, check all IDs
You do?
for people coming in.
Okay.
Even if they are older, just check IDs for everybody.
Okay. Because, in Smyrna, that the person who sells it gets taken to jail, right?
Yes.
And then you will
Yeah.
wish you had gone to jail. Does anybody have any questions? Ron?
Welcome, and thank you for doing business in Smyrna. We appreciate that. The public safety community in Smyrna is, as appropriately for a community like ours, is very guarded about the service of alcohol because of the DUI issues on the road and the safety of our families. And I just want to make sure to reiterate what Ms. Pritchett offered you, and that is we do a rigorous enforcement of alcohol service in Smyrna, and I want you to just be highly aware of that, and that each of your staff be made highly aware and are properly trained.
Yep,
The-
will do.
Beg pardon?
Yeah, will do.
Okay. Have you operated an alcohol service operation in the past?
No.
So this is your first opportunity?
Yes.
Okay. So I appreciate you taking great care to get educated and have your staff educated to that end, because our law enforcement will help educate if there is anybody out of line in our community. And so thank you for doing business
Thank
here
you
and
so much.
continuing your investment in Smyrna. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay. All right. With that, I would like to make a motion that we adopt 2015-211, public hearing privilege license request 2015-211, beer, wine, and liquor pouring, 2772 Cumberland Boulevard, AKSM LLC, DBA Bollywood Zing Indian Restaurant, with Salis
Makijani.
as agent.
Second.
Motion is second to approve this previous license request. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. It's approved 7-0. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item B is a public hearing, 2015-219, previous license request, beer, wine, retail pouring, 1651 Roswell Street, Gersha Ethiopian Cuisine, with Genti Tian as the agent. Is the applicant here? Okay, good. Background, please.
Yes, Jeanette
Ms. Howard.
Tignan will be the registered agent responsible for the sale of alcohol at the location. The agent has been given a copy of the alcoholic beverage ordinance and attended the mandatory alcohol awareness workshop.
This is a public hearing. Is anyone here that's in opposition to, or that would like to make any public comment concerning the issuance of this privilege license, retail pouring of beer and wine? Let the record show there is none. This is in Ms. Tara Nulowich's. Would the applicant please step forward? Ms. Nulowich.
Yes, thank you so much. It's good to see you here tonight, and I know that this is something that y'all have been very interested in pursuing for a long time, so this is a good culmination tonight. I wanted to know if you had any questions about the training that you went through as part of this process.
No, we don't have question. We understand. We have gone through the training, and we have gone or through the ordinance of the city. So we are very confident we would be able to serve the public as it is supposed to be.
Wonderful. And I know everyone on your staff is trained and they understand that they need to always check for identification.
Yes, we are. We are going to check all the ages up to 40 years to be sure that we don't serve underage.
Great. And you know that we do operations from time to time to test that everything is being followed at restaurants throughout the city.
Definitely, I do.
Good. Does anyone else have any questions?
I'll follow up with a similar line of questioning. So have you served alcohol at a previous location in the past?
No.
So you have a perfect record.
Yes, definitely. We are sure to that extent.
I hope you keep it that way, and that all of your staff, as they come aboard, have the proper training so that you can have a good experience here. And thanks again for investing in Smyrna.
Yes, I know that you are the only Ethiopian restaurant in Cobb County. It now saves fans of Ethiopian food a drive over to the Claremont, North Decatur area to get an Ethiopian meal. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about what you're serving at Gersha?
Go ahead.
We have different dishes. We have veggies. We have meats products.
Did you bring enough samples for everybody?
Yeah,
we have not really brought any samples today, but hope all of you would come over and enjoy it.
Yeah. That's the way you do it.
With that being said, what are your hours? I came by a week, 10 days ago. Terry convinced me I needed to go. What are your hours of operation?
As of 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. At night, we are there.
Okay.
Monday, Sunday.
Okay. Look forward to coming by.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. At this time, I do move to approve item 5A, which is the 2015-219. It's the public hearing for the privilege license request for beer and wine retail pouring. The address is 1651 Roswell Street. This is Gersha Ethiopian Cuisine with Gannett Tanaya as the agent.
Second.
A motion and second to approve this privilege license request. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. That's approved 7-0. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Item C under privilege license is license 2015-14. Public hearing, privilege license request, beer, wine pouring. 2350 Spring Road, Suite 800, Mint Leaf LLC, doing business as Mint Leaf with Ama P. Aurora as the agent. Is the applicant here? Okay. Would you please give the background, Ms. Howard?
Piora will be the registered agent responsible for the sale of alcohol at this location. They have been given a copy of the alcoholic beverage ordinance and did attend the mandatory alcohol awareness workshop.
This is a public hearing. Is there anyone here that's in opposition to that would like to make any public comment concerning the issuance of this privilege license request? Let the record show there is none. This is in Ms. Bluestein's district. Ms. Bluestein.
Mr. Aurora,
Yeah,
would you like to come up for just a second? Okay. Thank you so much. Now, you recently opened in the Namdamun shopping plaza. Is that correct?
Okay, I'm a manager there. He's my boss, Mr. Raj. He opened recently.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Anyway, we're glad to have you here. I know you've attended the class and everything. Do you feel comfortable with what you've learned about the pouring license and everything?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't have any questions, and your staff has been trained on this also?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone else have anything that they would? Ron, please.
Mr. Fennell?
I'll just ask again, have you ever served alcohol in Georgia?
No.
Is this your first time? Also a perfect record?
Yes.
Okay. It's an important element. We ask that specifically at each of these meetings as we give you a license, because it is a very high priority of ours to keep our community safe, and we appreciate your investment in Smyrna and your ongoing continued support of being in our community. And we hope we keep that perfect record of no violations on that alcohol license.
Promise that. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. If no one else has anything, I am going to move to approve license number 2015-14, privilege license request for a beer wine pouring for at 2350 Spring Road, Suite 800, Mint Leaf LLC, doing business as Mint Leaf with Ampera as agent.
Yes, thank you.
Motion second. Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. It's approved 7-0. Thank y'all very much. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Item 6 is formal business, A 2015-249, approval for the intergovernmental agreement for lease payments, portable and mobile radios capital outlay project with Cobb County for $1.5 million, and to authorize the mayor to sign all related documents. Ms. Howard, the background, please.
Yes, the approved 2016 SPLOST included the purchase of public safety equipment, including but not limited to portable and mobile radios. The city would like to participate with Cobb County in a capital lease to acquire these radios, with the lease payments being paid from the 2016 SPLOST monies. This intergovernmental agreement allows that for us to work with them.
Mr. Ron Fennell, who chairs the Public Safety Committee. Mr. Fennell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is piggybacking on a partnership with Cobb County on acquiring some much-needed upgrade in the equipment, and I hereby move approval of 2015-249. I'll read the rest of it if you wish. Approval of the intergovernmental agreement for lease payments, portable and mobile radios capital outlay project with Cobb County for $1.5 million, and to authorize the mayor to sign all related documents.
So motion. Motion is second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. That's approved 7-0. Item 6B under formal business is the authorization to utilize cooperative contract for fire rescue vehicles under bid 07-53 of the St. Johns County, Florida contract to purchase one 75-foot aerial ladder truck from Pierce Manufacturing, Inc. through 10-8 Fire and Safety Equipment of Georgia in the amount of $710,000. Ms. Howard, the background, please.
Yes, this is the purchase of a new ladder truck that will replace an existing ladder truck that's out of service and not repairable. The funds will come from the general fund, but will be reimbursed with the 2016 SPLOST funds when those monies become available, as this was an approved project on that 2016 SPLOST.
Mr. Ron Fennell, who chairs the Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is an opportunity. It's a common practice. We're piggybacking on a government contract. It just happens to be in Florida on a group purchase from this manufacturer. It allows us to buy in a bulk price rather than just independently approaching it. It saves a considerable amount of money, as was mentioned. It is approved in the 2016 SPLOST, so we're going to go ahead and buy the piece of equipment and then reimburse once the 2016 SPLOST funds become available sometime early next year. So I hereby move approval of 2015-254, authorization to utilize cooperative contract with fire rescue vehicles under bid 07-53 of the St. Johns County, Florida contract to purchase one 75-foot aerial ladder truck from Pierce Manufacturing, Inc. through 10-8-5 Fire and Safety Equipment of Georgia in the amount of $710,000.
Motion second to authorize for the purchase of this vehicle. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. Uh, 6-1 with Mr. Lineker opposing that. It's approved 6-1. Item 7 is commercial building permits. We have none. Item 8 is consent agenda. Ms. Howard, will you please read the consent agenda for council's approval?
Yes, we have item 2015-245, approval of mayor and council meeting minutes for July 20th, 2015. Item AGR 2015-02, approval of the professional services agreement between the City of Smyrna and Quarry Engineering for the Smyrna 2016 SPLOST program management. Item 2015-246, approval to award RFQ 16-003 to the lowest responsive bidders, Smyrna Police Distributors and Red the Uniform Tailor for police backup weapons. Glock Model 43 9mm, and backup weapon holsters for the amount of $37,965.80 for the weapons, and $37.50 each for ankle holsters, and $48.99 each for vest holsters. Said items to be purchased from federal asset forfeiture funds.
Move approval.
Motion is second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. That's approved 6-1. Mr. Lenick opposes. Item 9 is committee reports. We'll start tonight with Mr. Ron Fennell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to have Chief Roy Acre from the Fire Department come give what I understand is a good report relative to the fireworks that we've had since the new law was passed. Chief?
Well, I'm glad to report that I almost hate to say this, but things have been, pardon the use of the term, relatively quiet. And what I mean by that is knock on wood, we've had no significant issues with regard to consumer fireworks. And it may just be wishful thinking, but I wanted to talk just a little bit about some exciting stuff we have coming up in the fall. I say it might be wishful thinking because we're still in the dog days of summer, but we're certainly looking forward to the fall, not only because of the cool weather, but we've got some interesting things coming up. First off the bat, we got the Citizen Fire Academy, which is going to be starting near the end of September. And I mention it now, even though we're still a good ways away, because those classes typically fill up. So I just wanted to give citizens a heads up and encourage anybody that might be interested to find out more about the Citizen Fire Academy to visit our website, smyrnacityfire.com, and follow the links. They can also call our primary number and find out any information at any time. Also, in the fall, we've got something that we're really excited about. We've partnered recently with the Red Cross of Georgia on a home fire safety program that we're going to be bringing to the citizens of Smyrna. It'll be a fire extinguisher, a fire alarm installation, home fire safety plan type thing. And this particular partnership with the Red Cross has gained so much momentum that I found out last week that the Crawford Company, which is a very large international corporation that's based here in the Metro Atlanta area, has chosen the city of Smyrna and the Red Cross partnership for our home fire safety fall campaign to be their 2015 Global Day of Service for their Atlanta employees. We're really, really excited about that. We expect about 150 volunteers on that day for the Crawford Company. Again, we're still a few months out from it, but exciting news, a lot of fun, things that will be beneficial to all Smyrna citizens, and we'll have more information as we get closer.
Thank you, Chief. Any questions of the Chief?
Things went well Saturday night. I know I got a message from somebody about a fireworks.
Well, at the Smyrna birthday celebration, we, along with the fireworks vendor, the company that sets the fireworks off, we always establish every year a fallout zone where we don't allow any vehicles to be parked, basically on the backside of Powder Springs. And just for that very reason, just in case there's any embers or anything, we also position fire employees all completely surrounding the downtown Market Village area. And we had employees back there. There were a couple of small embers that got into some pine straw, but our people were there with water extinguishers, and it was really no issue. It was a great show.
I had a couple of great emails from folks that one person had lost their cell phone.
Yeah.
And your guys, along with Chief Lee's guys, they found it pretty quick.
I think all of us are probably in the same boat. Our phones are in many ways our lifeline. There are photo albums and our appointment calendars, and they're very, very important. So we were glad to be able to help out.
I lose mine about once a day in the house, so I just call that number and I'll find it. But this lady had some pictures. No, had her mother's voice on there. Her mother passed away
from her mother. Yeah.
Good deal.
So we're really, really happy to be able to help out.
Thanks so much.
Sure.
Chief Acre,
yes.
Are you going to be giving out those little fire hats again every child there wanted one of those, and they couldn't find you. They were like, where are those hats?
I don't have the data, but I can tell you that we had thousands, and somewhere between 2 and 10. That's about as close as I can get. But we gave away probably before dusk. We were out of helmets.
Oh, you gave out thousands, and there were several thousand more that wanted one.
Yeah, this year
including
was
some
the first year
adults.
they actually they started making the little plastic fire helmets that we give out as actually glow in the dark. I don't know if you saw any of those. We had some red ones and pink ones, and for this year we had glow in the dark helmets as well. Okay.
Chief, I just want to follow up on the mayor's comments. The resident who lost her phone was a Ward 6 resident, and she sent a very kind email message to us that we forwarded on to you. And I just want to recognize by name the firefighters she mentioned. There may be others you could name, but
thank you.
She talked about Eric Farmer, Dustin Davies, Sel Davis, and Miles Childer. And again,
Miles
there may have
Childers.
been others from your department involved. I'm sure there were, but
right.
She was obviously very appreciative of the help your department gave her, and I appreciate you.
And I
doing
thank
that.
you for forwarding that on. That's good information. We'd love to be able to share that with our entire department. There was actually, that wasn't the only missing phone. That one was of note, and we also had a citizen bring a phone that they had found to one of our personnel. We were able to hold on to it. The person that lost the phone called their own number. We answered and said, yes, would you like it back? Come and meet us here. But again, it was a great night.
It was a great night.
Big turnout. Yeah, proud to be a part of it.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
I see a lot of Ward 7 residents. If you're a Ward 7 resident, raise your hand. I appreciate you being here tonight. And we're here every other Monday night, so come on down and enjoy the fun. I see one Ward 7 resident in the back. I'd like to have him come up, Chief David Lee, if you don't mind, and give a report from the police department as well. I will, while he's walking up, just note that I was proud to be a part of a ceremony just the other day that initiated a new natural gas fueling station off Plant Atkinson Road just on the south side of Smyrna. And I was appreciative of Gas South, Core, Main Fuels, and others that allowed us to be a part of that dedication ceremony. It's going to be a great asset as we continue to convert a lot of products to the natural gas. Chief?
Thank you. Since everybody's talking about cell phones, we did have one that was stolen off a table at the event that just happened belonged to the wife of Captain Frank Durrance.
Oh, how convenient.
Needless to say, we tracked them down. He's in jail. And he also had some marijuana on him.
Well, a twofer.
Yeah, so we did real good at cell phones. But I will say this, with Parks and Rec and everybody, man, what a great event. This is my third event, and I think we had more people there than I think I've seen in the last two events. But great show. Fireworks were fantastic. We also helped locate some lost parents and help their children find their parents again. And you know, that of course, events like that, it always happens, but you know, it's always great having a happy ending. And Miss Andrea Bluestein was kind enough to show me some pictures of one child, and cute little boy, and we were able to find somebody who knew his parents, and then we were able to get him involved. We've been interviewing. We have some sergeant openings, and we started interviews today, and we got 2 more on Wednesday. So it's kind of an exciting time to be able to go through that. It's always exciting to be able to advance somebody's career and promote them. Of course, the downside is there's some people you got to say, sorry, not this time. But and it's always a difficult decision because we have such a great group of people who have been testing and preparing for it. Well, no, I was going to tell one of the test questions. I'll have to show you that one later because, I don't want to give that out. But our chaplaincy program, we're almost completed. We have, I believe, 4 on board right now. We're shooting for between 4 and 6, and to make sure that we got ministers from different areas within the city so that, you know, we had all areas represented. And in doing so, what we're looking to achieve with this is to have them come and do ride-alongs with the officers, so they not only, you know, they can be there for the officers as well, but, you know, when we have traumatic events that with some citizens, it's nice to have somebody from the clergy who's there. So we're real excited about that, and hopefully we'll have everything completed up running by the first of next month. I know Labor Day, I'm going to put in a plug. The Smyrna Public Safety Foundation, in conjunction with the Smyrna Optimist Club, is hosting a 5K run to raise money both for the Smyrna Public Safety Foundation and Optimist Club. Both of them are good organizations, and we're real excited. This will be the first event, and so if you know anybody who runs or anybody just even wants to walk, please come sign up and help us out.
Great.
With that.
Thank you, Chief.
Questions?
Good.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
On the heels of that, I'd like to also chime in on behalf of the Smyrna Public Safety Foundation. In addition to the 5K run, they're having their annual gala on September 12th. If anybody wants to support those men and women who support us and defend us, this is a not-for-profit foundation designed to support some of the programmatic causes that the police and fire officials get involved with. You can go to the Smyrna Public Safety Foundation website. It's easy to Google, and they would appreciate. Angie Bolton is helping lead that effort. But the chair of that group is Stacy Godfrey Evans, our state representative from here in Smyrna, I think Ward 3, if I'm correct. And I know there's some good news that our Ward 3 councilwoman's going to share about her involvement outside of the Public Safety Foundation. All good works all around, and we appreciate her leadership in our community. One final thing, as many of the Ward 7 residents have learned, when we actually discuss opportunities for annexation or zoning matters, it's not required but I always have a separate town hall meeting to make sure that the staff, the applicants, and the developers and the citizens have a chance to be in the same room and have a conversation. My job is to facilitate it. I was happy to do that about a month and a half ago, I guess, for one of our pending applications, but I'm offering one for August the 11th for a pending application on the south side of Ward 7, and that is the Pebblebrook proposed annexation and zoning from the Maxwell property. That'll be August 11 at 7:30 p.m. at the Vinings Estates Summit Clubhouse. For those who are listening that have an interest in that project, which is on Pebblebrook Road. With that, Mr. Mayor, I just want to make sure to remind citizens that if you have an opportunity to see any of our public safety officials, police, fire, marshals, or anyone in public safety, please try to do as I do and thank them for the time they give. They're on duty 24/7, 365 in defense of our homes, our property, our businesses, and the citizenry, and we appreciate that. With that, Mr. Mayor, I yield.
Mr. Wade Lineker.
Thank you, Your Honor. I want to take note that Campbell Middle School, through their PTSA, had a meet and greet last Thursday afternoon for their new students coming in today, and that was a well-organized, very nice event. I think the faculty was excited, and certainly the families and kids were excited. And, there's going to be some exciting things going on at Campbell Middle School this year, and I encourage everyone to check out the school if you've got kids coming of age, to be in middle school. Also Sunday, Teasley Elementary School, their attendance zone includes part of Ward 6. They had their new building dedication, the addition to that building, the third edition over the years. And again, that was very nice. Faculty, staff, kids, parents, everybody's all excited. And I've seen a new excitement, in the community for the school year this time that I'm not sure I've seen before. People really seem excited about schools in Smyrna, and that's a great thing to see. The key to our schools in Smyrna, of course, is parental involvement, making sure families get involved in the schools, support the schools, help the schools, and do everything they can. And, I encourage everyone to do that. I do want to take note of passing of Colonel Bob Adams, local Army veteran, Legion member, West Point graduate, a very distinguished record. His funeral was this past weekend, memorial service. He'll actually be buried in Arlington Cemetery at a later date, which says something about the caliber of the man that that we lost. And to his wife and son and other family members and friends, I extend my condolences. Finally, I just want to note that in Ward 6, we have 2 announced candidates running to replace me on the council. Both are out there active in the ward, actively campaigning. I encourage all the Ward 6 voters to listen to what they have to say, to carefully consider which of these candidates would be the best. I think they're both very strong candidates. I like them both. They're going to do a good job, whichever one is elected, and who knows, there may be others, yet to come. But Ward 6 has got an important election, and it's important that, again, the voters pay attention, study the candidates, and consider their choices very carefully. With that, I yield.
Ms. Susan Wilkinson.
Thank you. I want to recognize the public safety staff for the event the other night for the birthday celebration. They did a very good job, and I also want to recognize some of the other staff that maybe don't get so noticed, and that would be Public Works and their staff for all the hard work they did preparing for the event, setting it up, and taking everything down, and also the Parks Department. They worked very hard also getting ready for the event, and we really appreciate it, and the whole event turned out very nice. It was wonderful. And now I would like to call Mary Moore to let us know what's going on at the library.
Hi, good evening. So if you've ever used Goodreads or Amazon or a site like that to write a review of a favorite book or favorite movie, you'll be happy to know that you can do that on our library catalog as well. So if you're logged in, you'll notice underneath the picture of the book, there'll be some little empty stars, and you can click on those and rate the book or the movie or whatever it is up to 5 stars, and then you can write your own review so you can share your ideas about your books with your neighbors. And if you're one of the million people who have already purchased Harper Lee's new novel, Go Set a Watchman, please join us for a book discussion on Monday, August 10 at 2 p.m. in the library meeting room. We'll be discussing the book. If you haven't had a chance to buy the book, don't bother. The library's got 30 copies as well as a large print, audiobook, ebook, e-audiobook. Just put a hold on one of the copies that we have. The Lego Club is meeting tomorrow, Tuesday, August 4 at 4 p.m. in the library meeting room. They will be creating designs inspired by reptiles and amphibians. Lego Club is one of many monthly events that the Youth Services Department presents, including Tween Time, they're making jewelry next week, Teen Time, Crafternoon, Homeschool Story Time, as well as 5 pre-K story times every single week. So the next time you're in the library, pick up the calendar of events or go to smyrnalibrary.com to see all that information online. And then finally, I did want to remind everybody again that we are going to be closed Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week for our big repaving project, as well as a whole bunch of interior maintenance projects. But of course, our virtual services are open 24/7. So if you can't come to the library, you can always go online, check out ebooks, audiobooks, movies, TV shows, music, magazines, and even comic books through our e-resources. So check that out. Thanks.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. I would like to call Steve Ciaccio from the Parks and Recreation Department to let us know what's going on in the parks.
Terry Graham.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, thank you for the note about parks and public works. Certainly, community relations did a lot of work to make sure that event was a wonderful thing. On August 15th, Saturday, August 15th, we're having a movie by moonlight down at Taylor Bronner. This movie is The Box Trolls, so parents make note of that date, Saturday, August 15th. As of yesterday, we changed our Tolleson Pool schedule from the normal 7-day-a-week thing to weekends only through September 27. The hours on Saturday and Sunday are, as usual, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. So keep enjoying it. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you. Thank you,
Saturday
Steve.
night, too, Steve, for emceeing. You did a good job at short notice.
Actually, it wasn't one of my
I
better
wouldn't want to
projects,
say
but
that.
you give me an opportunity next year, I'll do a better job.
Thank you, Steve. And yes, and community relations was part of that group effort, the team effort that made everything go so well. And also, I just want to comment on what a great job y'all did cleaning up, too, because everything was cleaned up the next morning. And I've had citizens comment on that as well. Thank you.
Mr. Corky Welch.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to comment on an event that happened last week and put a plug in something that is totally not related to any committee that I sit on. But this past Thursday, the city put on a Campbell Teacher Appreciation Day, and we went all out and had it catered by the varsity. But all the teachers, I believe, really did appreciate it. They came out, big crowd. The principal got up, spoke for a few minutes, and the mayor spoke for a few minutes. But it's something that we do for our school system around here that very few realize. But it was a great event, and the plug is for our schools. I've said it many times before. I think there's a misconception about the education that our children get in the city of Smyrna schools. Both of my children went through public school system and went on to college and did well in college. And I just encourage any parent out there that's considering to go look at our schools and give them a chance before you spend a lot of money and send them in private school. With that, I'll get off the soapbox for a minute and call on Miss Ann Kirk to come talk to us about Keep Smyrna Beautiful.
While she's coming up, Smyrna Business Association helped us with that event. They got a ton of door prizes and worked extremely hard. We thank them from their efforts also.
Yes, and on that note, I would like to acknowledge that Campbell High School had a wonderful volunteer event on July 25th that was organized by their new principal, Dr. Gene Walker. It was the Campbell Cares Day, and they had over 120 people, including our Mayor Max Bacon, there for 4 hours during the morning. They spread pine straw, they painted, they pressure washed, they cleaned up leaves and debris, and really spruced up the campus. And there was a whole lot of enthusiasm. These were students, parents, and community volunteers as well. So it was a fabulous event. And thank them for taking the initiative to get that started. We're having a real treat for our farmers market patrons this weekend. We're having a local author, Kelly Young Silverman, and illustrator Aaron Wicker have teamed up to create Stevie and Knox stories with the mission of creating children's books that help build confidence, self-awareness, compassion, security in the youngest of readers, as well as a love for art and reading. This is the cover of the book. It's absolutely beautiful. So if you're a lover of books or stories for young children, we'll have story time. It's interactive story time at 9 a.m. and then again at 10:30 at the Fresh Market at the First Baptist Church in Smyrna on Saturday. And this is a one-time thing, but come on out and bring your shopping bags, and hopefully you'll get some rest of those good tomatoes and peaches that we still have coming in. We have a shredding event on September the 26th from 9 a.m. until noon, and that will be at the Eileen Wolf Center. So clean up all your documents from the year and bring them in, and we will shred them for you at no cost. We've just completed our cost-benefit analysis for fiscal year 2015, and I'm proud to say that we brought in $2.29 for every city tax dollar that was spent on our program. This was achieved through 14,300 volunteer hours, donations, our garden tour, and recycling revenues. And our recycling center in June sent 105,000 pounds to be recycled. This is up 40% from the average of the past year per month. So we're really excited. We're getting a lot of traffic and a lot of new, and as well as our old people that are attending. We have a lot of new traffic, so it's going really well. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Ann.
Scott Stokes is making his way to give us a report on Public Works.
just some projects that are currently underway. Street paving is started last week. Currently paved was Macoba Drive, Belmont Avenue, Cherokee Trail, Benson Pool, and Linwood. CW Cruisers currently over on Clifton, Dale, McLendon area, Medlin Street area, milling those roads. They'll probably pave some of those roads this week, and then Wednesday, of course, is they're going to move to the library parking lot and work on that parking lot. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the next week they're going to move to the community center parking lot and do that parking lot. Our CCTV, that's our video and cleaning service that we use annually. They're currently started 52,000 linear feet of TV and cleaning for us. They are currently over in Ward 6 doing some cleaning and TV video work over there. We've got curb replacement currently going on over on Howell Drive. It's about 60% complete. We did some curb work over on Linwood Court. Currently we're landscaping back behind that curb. It's about 60% complete. This year we had budgeted to cover our dumpster enclosures in the Market Village to keep rainwater and to try to keep the stuff from leaving the dumpster enclosures, is lack of better words. So we put covers over right now we've got them over 2 of the enclosures, and we've got 2 more to do, and then that project will be complete. And if you've noticed over on Concord Road, at 1061 Concord Road, corner of Hollis and Concord, that building's on the ground. Contract will complete it this week, and that'll finish up all our demolition work that we started when the Concord Road project started a couple of years ago. And if no one has noticed, over at the what we call the duck pond next to the community center, we had to replace the aerator fountain that's in the middle of the pond. That's been replaced. Water goes well up into the air now, and it also is lighted, so it looks pretty good at night if you drive by and take a look at it. That's it.
Scott, have we notified the residents around the library that we're doing the paving? I know some of them, a lot of them park there.
Yeah, Mary Moore had put notices on their windshields to let them know to have their cars out of there by that particular date.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you. With that, Mr. Mayor, I yield.
Ms. Terry Nulowich.
Yes, thank you. I'd like to see first if Ms. Tony Jo Howard has a report from Finance tonight. Okay. And now I'd like to invite Jennifer Bennett up to talk about what's going on with community relations.
Great event Saturday night. Jennifer, it turned out really good.
Thank you. You've heard a lot about the different departments involved, and I thought I'd expand that some more. We do manage the event out of community relations, but a lot of departments come together along with sponsors and volunteers. I'd first like to thank our sponsors. McIntyre Bakery provided the giant birthday cake and the cupcakes. Glenda Baker and Associates, Inc., Advanced Disposal, Covenant Christian School, Primrose School at Smyrna West. We can't forget the Keep Smyrna Beautiful staff and volunteers who helped keep everything clean and beautiful before, during, and after. And also the Campbell High School football team came and helped us. They've been coming for a number of years. They help with the countdown for the cake cutting, and they hand out cupcakes. And this year it's a fine group of young men, and I was very impressed with them. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of good things from them. The different departments that come together are Parks and Recreation, Public Works, Community Relations, Keep Smyrna Beautiful, the Smyrna Police Department, and Smyrna Fire Rescue. And we can't forget accounting. They help us get the checks out in a timely manner, too, to make sure it all happens. But I especially want to thank Bert Turnell with Public Works and Tiffany Wallace in Community Relations. You may not see them, but they were there early in the morning until late at night and did a wonderful job with setup and breakdown, and we couldn't make it happen without them. And thanks for everyone who came and attended and had a great time. It was just, I think, the best we've had since I've been here. The weather was great, the people were great, the fireworks were great, and it was a joy.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I actually do. Councilman Fennell mentioned Stacey Evans, who we have a mutual constituency, I suppose, because she is my constituent here in Ward 3 and I am her constituent. for her House district. But last week, it was announced, and I just wanted to recognize her for this because what she did is truly remarkable. She donated $500,000 to the University of Georgia Law School to start a scholarship endowment that is specifically for first-generation college students. Stacy herself was a first-generation college student. It's amazing what she was able to accomplish, and she gives a lot of credit to what she was able to, that she's been able to accomplish so much of what she has because of the Hope Scholarship Program that was put together by Governor Zell Miller. So I just wanted to recognize her and give her a little bit of a shout out for the very generous donation that she made to the University of Georgia that's going to be a really transformative thing, I think, for a lot of students here in Georgia. And the birthday celebration was fantastic. I heard from many people that this was the best fireworks we've ever had, and that the environment there, the attitude, that everyone just had a wonderful time, and it really was the city at its best. Everything looked wonderful, and a lot of credit goes to community relations staff, to public works, to public safety. I mean, everything from the new fountain in the duck pond to the pine straw to the fact that the two children and the two parents who were separated were reunited within minutes. It was a wonderful event, and thank you to everyone who came and everyone who made it possible. With that, I yield.
Ms. Andrea Bluestein.
Mr. Ken Sudworth, please.
In the month of July, we actually issued 14 new dwelling unit permits, but the important thing to remember about that is 10 of those permits went to Smyrna Grove, which means we are well underway with that. These we're well beyond the model units. These are actual homes that they're trying to sell. So I felt that was appropriate for you all to know that 10 of those 14 permits came out of Smyrna Grove. As a comparison, I think I mentioned this at the last meeting, that July I expected to be a little bit lower simply because it's normal summertime vacation time. It actually came in a little bit better than I had anticipated. Just to give you some numbers in terms of just revenue, we had almost $156,000 in permits, fees. We had $158,000 in May, so we weren't down near as much as I had anticipated on that. We did 22 units, new single-family units in May. We did in June, and 17 in May. So it's a little bit lower, but not near what I thought it was going to be. So the trend still continues even into our FY16 budget for the first 30 days. That's all.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you. For those of you who didn't attend Saturday night, you missed a wonderful festival. It was really nice. Great turnout. Everyone seemed to be having a great time. Even the lost parents, I'm assuming, had a fairly good time. But what we didn't know, or I didn't know that the police department carried children's toys in the back of their cars. Mm-hmm. Because the one little boy was missing, they came out with a couple of toys for him to look at and see if that would gather his interest for a minute. But he just wanted mom and dad. There was nothing about lost toys. But anyway, I thought everyone had a fantastic time. The fireworks were great, and hopefully, I think we have Jonquil Festival coming up next. Yeah, so hope to see you there. And with that, I yield.
I think it's Taste of Smyrna next, then the Jonquil Festival. Okay, thank you, Andrew. Miss Melanie Pritchett.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have some really exciting news for everybody in Smyrna that participated in our vision process and is still participating. Next Wednesday night, August the 12th at 7 o'clock, right here in the council chambers, the Smyrna Arts and Cultural Council is going to meet to have their first meeting. And you can sign up for that once you come to the meeting at 7 o'clock here in council chambers. There are 40 to 50 people that regularly meet on this committee. And so what we found out in all of our surveys and everything that we did, people in Smyrna love living here, but they desire expanded cultural opportunities like performing arts, great lectures, adult and children's education, more varied music concerts, visual arts. So we are inviting everybody who wants to participate and become a founding member The membership for an individual is $20. The household membership would be $30. Or if you just want to come and hear what it's all about, you don't have to join, but we would like to have you. So this particular work group has really worked hard to get to this point, and I hope we can have a really good result of people coming out and supporting it and listening to what these people have done. Once again, it's Wednesday night, August the 12th, 7 p.m. here in the council chambers. And I look forward to seeing all of you here. And we did have a great concert. It was a little warm, but, it was okay, and it was great. Fireworks were good, and everybody that was around us seemed to have a great time. So I love it. It's hard for me to be in that heat for that long a period of time because I think we got down here about 6:30. But anyway, we thank everybody that worked on it and people who planned it, even if you weren't out there working. So with that, I yield, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Ms. Howard, anything else? No. Mr. Cochran? Ms. Graham, anything? Ms. Corn? We have no show calls hearing tonight. One person signed up for citizens input. Alec Beckery, 3459 Shawnee Trail. Comments?
My first comment tonight is this Jonquil vote that's going to be coming up with the planning board and zoning board and you all on the 17th. I've talked to many people, and they are really against having apartments back over in Jonquil. Again, downtown we have 3 bars and 2 sandwich places, no shopping. If you look at Hiram, Marietta, Kennesaw, you're downtown. I hope this council, because you turned down the previous owners on apartments, that you consider turning it down here for these 290 apartments. The traffic is going to be horrific. Again, we need shopping downtown to say it's a downtown. I don't consider having a downtown here at all unless we can put businesses like Sports Authority and places where families can go shopping. And I think it's going to be a huge mistake to approve this program for more apartments down here after more than 200 apartments over at Belmont. And the councilwoman in Ward 3 says everybody's happy with that plan. Everyone I've talked to, not a one, has said they agree with that. So I don't know where the everybody is, but I hope everybody gets on the same page and pushes to keep Jonquil Plaza totally commercial. It used to be that way and did very well. My second comment is this, again, term limits. I haven't heard anything from not one person on this council, and I've always believed the majority rule. You can have committees all over the place. If you're not listening to the people to say you want them to get involved with community and governmental situations, this is a great opportunity to let the people express themselves on an issue. You had the liquor referendum in the last election. You can easily put this on the ballot to see with a majority rule. It shouldn't be this council of 7 people saying we don't want it. It's the people that pay your salary to see if they want it or not. And the only way you can do that is putting it on the ballot. And I hope someone here before the deadline comes up. Again, Marietta and Kennesaw are going to do it next year. So we have to go along with them and let the people express themselves. That's the way they get to be a part of the decision making. And that's why you wonder why in the last 3 elections the average turnout was 15%. Pathetic. If it was the liquor thing, it was 20%. So this one, let's get it on the ballot and see what the people say and show me that there's an open government here listening to what the people are asking. Thank you.
That's the last person has signed up for public citizens input. I'm sorry. If there's no other business to be brought before this body, I declare this meeting adjourned at. Let me get my glasses back on. I'll tell you what time it is. 8:29. We're adjourned. Thank you.